Hey guys, how's it going? It's Raab, and I'm really excited to make this video because in this video I'm going to go over 10 different business ideas that I think are great to start right now. And the reason for that is because they're great to start right now, but more importantly, they have longevity to them, meaning in the next few years, next decade, they're still going to be great businesses to not only have, but also to start. So the best time to start is right now. So let's dig into what these 10 are, starting with number 1. And of course, if you're new here, my name's Raab. Here I make videos all about personal finance, so if you're interested in anything like that, I would love it if you would subscribe. The first business idea, and this is a field and a concept that I think is going to get a lot bigger in the coming years, and that is subscription services. So when I first say subscription services, the first thing you probably think of are places like Amazon or Spotify or Netflix and different things like that. But this field is huge, and there's so many different ideas that you can go around in here and have subscription service businesses. So for me personally, in my kind of domain of kind of education and blogging and being a YouTuber, a lot of blogging, people have premium content, meaning they write these special blogs and people pay money every single month to be able to get these special premium articles and different things like that. And it's important to remember that don't make this expensive. There's a lot of people that just have it for $2.99, $3.99, maybe $1 a month, and that doesn't sound like much, but when it comes to subscription services, it's not the money coming in, it's the amount of people paying you. So yeah, it's maybe $2.99, but if you've got 10,000 people paying you every single month, that's a whole lot of money. And for the person that's buying this certain subscription, they don't really have to worry about it too much because they have the reassurance that usually they can cancel at any time. It's not a $300 purchase, it's, $2.99 every single month, and if they don't like it, they can stop the subscription. So there's so much here. You can get into magazines and, it's a huge field, so figure out what you like, what you're passionate about, and really dig in and see if you can get a subscription service of something going and something that you're interested in. Number 2, and essentially what I'm doing here is I'm taking something that's already kind of popular and kind of blowing it up and expanding it a little bit to take on different jobs as well. So let me explain. I'm calling this one an advertising manager. Now, there's probably a more profound and accurate title to this certain job or business idea, but this is what I came with. So right now there's something called social media manager or social media management, and those are pretty popular right now, but personally I don't think they're that great of business ideas to go into just because they're pretty limited, and social media on its surface is not too complicated. It's not too hard for businesses to figure out and kind of how to monetize it and different things like that. But what I'm doing with this advertising manager is that you personally are getting hired to do everything advertising. So yes, you are doing the social media manager portion, but you're also making flyers, you're also maybe making like business cards just that people can hand out that have good colors on them, and just you're in charge of everything advertising. So whether it be advertisements, getting your name in the newspapers, on TV, maybe writing a few kind of radio slogans and different things like that, you do everything. So that way, when you go to a business saying, hey, I can do everything for you, that's a lot more enticing for that particular business than if someone goes to them and say, hey, I got a social media management company, I can handle all your social media and do that for you. I think you'll be a lot more marketable if you can say, I can do not only that social media management, but I can also make flyers, I can make posters, and a whole bunch of other stuff that you can do. And once you build a system to really get that going, this could be a very valuable business for small businesses to hire you, and you can just really make good money here, and it's probably pretty enjoyable as well. Number 3, and this is an interesting one, and that is you can create a website or a brand. Now, in reality, I probably should have made this plural because what you're going to be doing is creating this website or creating this brand and then selling it. Now, the reason this is wanted is because there's a lot of people that want to get into blogging or want to start a particular business, but they don't want to deal with everything that it takes to get it off the ground. So what you would do is you would create kind of an outline of a certain blog, and you would build that website, and then you can sell it on places like Flippa and different places like that. You can target people that want to start their blogs, and you can just say, hey, you can buy this, and all you got to do now is just start typing, and you just hand it to them. Now, I'm a big fan of taking it to an extra level. You are going to be doing more than just creating a website whatever service you use, but I want you to take it a step further and not only create the outline of the website, but I want you to kind of brand it. It'd be great if you can even get a logo for it, if you can get kind of a color scheme going for it, if you can even start a certain slogan for it, and that just makes you all the more enticing. It's going to be so much more than just a website that you are selling to someone, but you are selling someone already a brand that they can just go and take and kind of just run with it. Because oftentimes that's a hard part for a lot of people, is just starting their own brand, getting their website, figuring out how everything works. And it may be tough at first, and most things are, but once you get it down to a rhythm, then you can really get going with it. And you don't have to target just bloggers. You can target people that maybe want to start an online store or a t-shirt company. You can get that website up and running and maybe come up with a few designs that make it even easier to sell that website. You're so much more than just a website. You are selling a certain brand that you just lifted up and built. Number 4, and this one's kind of in the same ballpark as number 3, but it is different enough and important enough that I think it can stand alone on itself, and that is a niche e-commerce website. Now, it could be niche, it could be niche, I say niche. But one thing that I always like to say is that the riches are in the niches, and in today's world, that is so true. People always want to create a website that's so general. They want to sell everything. They want to kind of get everyone to like their website, and when that happens, when you try to please everyone, you please no one. So you want to get specific in a very, very specific target audience. All right, so that's the high level idea. Let's now dig into some specifics and come up with some examples here. So suppose you came to me and you told me you wanted to get into the athletic niche and you wanted to sell athletic clothing on a certain website. I would say, okay, that's a good start, but I even think that athletic clothing is way too general. You want to dig down even more. Don't just think of athletic clothing as a whole. I want you to dig down into one specific part, one specific article of clothing that you can become an expert at, and that is your thing that you sell. You know it better than anyone else. And suppose you came back and something random like, all right, I want to just sell headbands, and I would say, great, that is niche enough. So your website is going to be dedicated to athletic headbands. So then you can go somewhere like Alibaba and you can look for different headbands on there that you can kind of buy in bulk. You can put them on your website and just have your website dedicated to headbands, because now when someone goes to your website, they know that this website is the authority on headbands and they look the nicest, everything's dedicated to here, they must be good. So if someone's going to go buy headbands, they're going to buy it on your website. Now the cool thing is, when you want to build a big company, it's important to start small and then grow off of that. So maybe you do want to get into athletic clothing. Well, start small, start with that headband, and then maybe as you get bigger and bigger, then maybe after that you can get into athletic socks and add those to your websites. And then you can get a little bit bigger, athletic shorts, and before you know it, you are that athletic kind of apparel, a company that you wanted in the beginning. But it's important to start small and become the authority on one specific thing and then grow out from that. So all in all, that is number 4. It is all about starting a niche or niche, I never know how to say that, e-commerce website. Number 5, and this one has been around for a long time, and it goes back to the old economic idea of buy low, sell high. So this is flipping products. So this is for someone that likes to maybe go out a little bit, likes to just find deals and is really good at it. So if you're someone that's really good at finding deals, then you can make some good money here, and it's kind of fun as well. So this would be all about maybe going to Goodwill, maybe going to used clothes stores and just finding really good deals. And then what you would do is you'd buy those and you can sell them on maybe eBay, or if you can create your own website, or just market it to your friends, maybe on social media, or you can find someone that wants something. Now you can even get specific and you could take maybe orders from people saying, oh, I want this particular type of shoe, and you can go out and always keep in your back burner that, all right, this is what this person wants, and if you find that good deal, you can go and sell to them for a little bit of a premium and you can make some money there. But this is great for people that are just experts at finding really good deals. Now it is important that this does take a lot of of work, and you can make good money, but it is something you have to put a lot of time into, and there's a lot riding on finding a good deal. Sometimes you can go a while without finding a good deal, so the income isn't as steady as you may like. But if it's something that you enjoy that kind of competitive nature of always trying to get a good deal, then this could be something that you could start, make good money from, and enjoy. That's a win-win-win-win. Number 6, and this is kind of a business or a field that's really blown up in the past few years, and I do think it's going to be here to stay, and it's going to be quite popular and prevalent and quite lucrative here on out, and that is being a content creator. Now, I personally am a content creator, and I do make decent money from it. Not insane amounts as you see from maybe other YouTubers, but in the past month or so I've made about over $200. I'll put a photo up here somewhere that shows my exact amount. But I do make good money from it, and it is growing. Now, content creation is really big right now, and that's because everyone is wanting to learn as much as they can, and the internet has opened the opportunity for everyone to learn. So when it comes to content creation, there's multiple avenues that you can take. You can get into YouTube, which is something that I do, which is something that I absolutely love. You can get into blogging or just really any other form of content creation, maybe even social media or something like that, and find what's for you. And as we talked about a little bit earlier in this video, it's all about drilling down and finding your niche. So my niche here on this YouTube channel is very specific. It's for people that are just getting into personal finance and want to learn more. So whenever you get to content creation, always drill down and find a very specific audience. Never be too general. But this is a field that I think is going to continue to grow and get bigger and bigger and bigger, and there's lots of money within this field, and it is also very rewarding. But it is important to know that it takes a long time and a whole lot of work before you make any money. You can see videos I made about how I used to make only a few cents an hour, and I just did it because I enjoyed it. So you can check that video out, but there is a lot of money here. It's not a get rich quick thing whatsoever. I worked for years before I earned even a single dollar from this YouTube channel and just blogging in general, but extremely rewarding. I love it, and if you find an audience that you can really connect with, it's an amazing experience. Number 7 is starting a clothing company. And the coolest thing about living in the age that we live in today is that it's so easy to start a clothing company. It's really easy to make an e-commerce website. It's now easier than ever to go and get logos and brand ideas and different design ideas. You can go and get it for $5, $10, $15. If you just go on Fiverr and type in t-shirt design, you can get someone for very cheap that can just send you a few ideas. So you got that. Then you can go and these make your own t-shirt companies and websites and drop shippers that you can go and buy things in bulk, and then you can sell them out, and it's all about you just using your creative juices then to get it growing, different things like that. Now this too is also not a get rich quick kind of thing. A lot of people will work hard on this but then realize, oh man, this is a lot of work, and then really won't put in the effort to continue to grow it. So it's important to know that it is a long run game. You're not going to get rich in the beginning, but if you continue to grow it and get bigger and bigger, it's something that a lot of people try because they want to succeed in it. It seems like a whole lot of fun, but if you want to get to the end goal, then you gotta really start and put in the work now and really grind through. Number 8, and this one is going to sound general at first, but we're going to drill it down to specifics. So that is photo/video related businesses. Now there's so much places you can go with this. I can start with the photo one. Again, you're going to want to find a specific niche or niche. Oh, I'm going to always fumble with that one. And what you're going to want to do is pick one thing that you can make money from. So maybe it's creating stock images. I know you can make pretty decent money making stock photos. I know that because I've paid for different stock photos here and there, and they are pretty expensive, but if they are well done, they are worth it for, of course, the person buying it, and the person selling it gets to make money on it as well. They get, once you snap the photo and sell it, then it's kind of this passive income thing as well. And as far as photography goes, you can also become a photographer, and I know I've certainly paid a lot of money to photographers for different instances when I have to go get my photos taken for some reason or another. A lot of money in photography, so if you got an eye for photography, it's something that you should definitely figure out how to monetize. And again, it starts with finding the niche, and really digging down. So the second part of this was the video side of it. Now, a certain business that I think is in very high demand right now is cheap video editors. So personally, I see this because I am looking for people to edit my videos. A lot of video editors are really, really expensive, and the very, very cheap ones that are cheap, they're not necessarily bad, but they only do short videos. So the video can only be under 2 minutes long, and for me, my videos are around 10 minutes long, so I'd have to pay the premium to get these really, really advanced video editors, and for me, I can't quite afford that with what this certain business is bringing me in. So if you can kind of bridge that gap and you're good at video editing and you can edit videos for about 10 minutes long, if you are of course affordable, there is a very high demand for affordable video editors. So as a whole, big one, find your niche within it, and it's all about photo and video related business ideas. Number 9, and this one is always going to be here. It's been here for a long time and it will be here for a very long time in the future, and that is a tutor. Now the reason this is such a good field to kind of get into is because education is something that people pay for. You know, people pay for life necessities. We pay for food, we pay for housing, we pay for water and different things like that. At least in California we pay for water. I don't know about other states that have free water. I'm very jealous. Water is expensive here, if there's any homeowners out there. Anyway, we pay for different things like that, and education is something that people pay for. And now when I say tutor, you may think of the traditional idea, all right, you got to sit down next to someone, after that certain hour they pay your hourly rate. But now there's so many different opportunities. Now that traditional method of course works, but there are other ways in today's world. You know, you can even do YouTube where you don't get paid right away, but once you monetize your videos, then you can make quite a bit of money. And I use that all the time. YouTube has gotten me through so many classes, it is unbelievable. Shout out to people like Professor Leonard, Patrick JMT, and Khan Academy. All of those guys helped me through calculus so much, and I don't know what I'd do without them. So they probably won't watch this video, but thank you to you three. Anywho, you can also do things like online tutoring. You can also create a website, and this goes back, hey, maybe this is your subscription service. Have someone pay every single month and it's all about tutoring. Now when we say tutoring, oftentimes we think of academia. I even mentioned calculus and different things like that, but there's so much more. Anything that people want to learn that you know, you can teach and you can tutor. So maybe you really know a specific sport. I know a certain tennis coach of mine is creating tennis videos online and is going to create this kind of subscription service online where she's going to teach online tennis lessons and different things like that. So that's something that you can look into. Now everything I said, and I even said calculus, all falls under like maybe academia, but it doesn't have to be. Education can be in anything. Maybe it's athletic that you want to get into teaching, or I guess there would fall more under coaching, but people pay to learn something that they don't know, you know, and there's a lot of different avenues that you can take this. So find what you know, see how the best way that you can teach it, how you can monetize it, and you can make really good money. Number 10, and this is a freelancer. Now to kind of end this out, this is of course going to be the most general one, but I do think this is a field that is always going to be there, and especially as we globalize even more and the internet expands even greater than it is right now, it will even grow in importance. So a freelancer is just someone that has a specific skill and people can hire them to do that certain skill. So there's great websites out there. There are cheap ones like Fiverr, but you can also look at like freelancer.com and different places like that to really start monetizing your certain skill. So this is a great opportunity for a lot of people that are good at something very specific, and they can reach an audience or reach someone that wants to hire them. So tons of opportunities here. Figure out what you like and see if you can monetize it. All right, so that will wrap it up. Those are 10 different business ideas that I think are great to start today. And the reason I was able to choose these, and the reason I did choose them, was because I think in the future, these are jobs that are going to grow even more and more and more. You know, in 5 years, they're not going to be obsolete, but these are going to be jobs that you can start right now and grow upon them. And in the future, you can kind of evolve them and make really good money from them. But that will wrap it up. And one thing's for sure, there's certainly not only 10 business ideas that you can start this year. There are hundreds of thousands that I saw that are also great business ideas. So then that kind of turns a question to you. I want to know, what are some other great business ideas that you think are great to start in today's world? I would love it if you just let me know in the comments below. There's probably going to be a lot of people watching this video that want to start a certain business, and maybe your comment will help them out, and it's just a great thing to do. So I would love to have a conversation down there, see what your thoughts are on this, and let's just have a good conversation. I always enjoy talking to you guys in the comments. I make videos here every single Monday and Friday, so be sure to look out for those. And other than that, that's going to about wrap it up. So thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are awesome. Thanks for everyone that's commented, and I've just been having a lot of fun making these videos. So as always, my name is Raab, and I will see you soon. Bye guys. See ya.